Alright guys, what's up? So I'm going to go over your log properties one more time, and then I want you to go ahead and finish up that assignment on Delta Math. I did add a couple more problems, so if you finished it, go ahead and do those couple, and then you should be good to go. Alright, so again, the log properties, if you have a base 10, that's your common log, right? So if it's log base 10, you really don't have to write that base, you just have to write log. And then base E, so if you have log base E, that means the natural log. And yes, it's annoying that it's not NL. Alright, so let's look at the basic properties. So any base, log base B of 1 is always going to be 0. So that's one of the things you should just always remember. If you have log of 1, no matter what the base is, it's always going to be 0. And then log base B of B is going to be 1, right? Because think about it. If I have B raised to the x is equal to B, right? B to the 1, so then x is equal to 1, so therefore it is 1. So some examples, log base 6 of 1, then that would be 0. And then log base 4 of 4 is 1. Okay? So now let's talk about the product property. So again, the product property states that if I have log base B of a product inside the argument, then I can split that argument up by adding two separate log functions. So this would be log base B of M plus log base B of N. Alright, so some examples of that would be right here I have log base 3 of 8 times 3x, right? Because I have two separate, so if I want to combine them, I can multiply my two arguments since it's separated by addition. And so 8 times 3x would be 24x. So log base 3 of 24x. Right, so that's to turn more than 1 into 1 log. If I give you 1 log, or natural log, and they want you to expand it, so then I have to create this, and I have to make this into a product. So making that into a product means factoring it. So I have I need two factors of -2 that add up to -1. So if you think about that, that's going to be -2 and +1. So this is going to be +1 and then x minus 2. Alright, so that's my product right here. So I can separate that with addition, so then it's going to be the natural log of x plus 1 plus the natural log of x minus 2. Alright, so that is the product property. Let's talk about the quotient property. So the quotient property is that if I have a fraction or division in the argument, then I can separate that into two log functions by subtraction. So this would be log base B of M minus log base B of N. Alright, and so some examples of that. So here I have two logs being separated by subtraction, so then I can combine them by dividing the two arguments. So this would be 80 divided by 16, and 80 divided by 16, 80 over 16, if I divide that by 2, I get 40 over 8. If I divide that by 2, I get 20 over, not 5, 4. And 20 divided by 4 is 5. So this would be log of 5. Alright. And so if I want to expand that, so here I have log base 2x over 5, so I can separate that into two logs by subtracting them. So log base 2 of 5. It's just like that. Okay. And then I have my power property. So if I have this exponent, I'm going to move it to the front as a coefficient. And so it's going to be n times log base b of m. So if I want to condense this, the 3, I can move it back into the exponent. So this would be the natural log of 9 cubed. And so 9 times 9 is 81, right? Let me make sure. Yeah. And so 9 times 81, this would be 9, and that would be 72. So 729. So this turns into the natural log of 729. All right. And then if I want to expand that out, I would just move that 2x back down. So this would be 2x log base 7 of 3. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to go over the change of base. This is what we did on Monday. So the change of base formula is just log of A divided by log of B. And so again, if you want to see how that works, so log of 138 divided, or log of 138 with base of 5, so that would be log of 138 divided by log of 5. So if you plug that into your calculator, log of 138 divided by log of 5, that would be about 3.061. And then this one, I have log of 2 over log of 14. And if I plug that in, that would be 0.263. All right. Now, really quick, I'm going to go over one of those examples from Delta Math. So this is one of the type of problems that you're going to get on Delta Math on that last section. Okay, it says find the numerical value of the log expression if log of A is -6, log of B is -3, and log of C is equal to -9. So what I want to do is I want to expand this out. All right, so I have a fraction here, so that means I can separate these two arguments by subtracting. So this is going to equal log of A to the 6th minus log of the cube roots of B to the 8th and C to the 8th power. All right. And so then I know this, just using my power property, this is just going to be 6 log of A. All right. And then this over here, I can change this to be, I know that the cube root of B to the 8th, C to the 8th is equal to B to the 8th, C to the 8th, all raised to the 1/3. All right. And because of my power rule, I can distribute that exponent only because this is multiplication, right? So then this turns into log 3, log of B to the 8 over 3, and then C to the 8 over 3. And this right here is actually a product, right? So now I can separate this into two logs being added together, right? So I'm going to have 6 log A minus, now I have to put this in parentheses because I'm subtracting all of this. So then I have to subtract log of B to the 8 over 3 plus log of C to the 8 over 3. Okay, and so basically I'm distributing that negative to that sign as well. So this is 6 log of A minus, and I'm going to go ahead and move that 8 over 3 to the front. So it's minus 8 over 3 log of b minus, right, because of this negative, 8 over 3 log of c. Okay, but I know that log of a is equal to negative 6. So this right here is equal to negative 6. And then log of b is equal to negative 3. So log of b is negative 3. And then c is negative 9. So let's do a different color. C is negative 9, so this is negative 9. And so I'm multiplying 6 times negative 6, negative 8/3 times negative 3, and negative 8/3 times negative 9. So 6 times negative 36, I know this to be negative 36, right? Here I'm going to cancel out the 3's, negative 3 and negative 3, so I'm left with positive 8. And then negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3, right? So this is plus 8 times 3, right? Because 9 divided by 3 is 3, and then a negative times a negative is a positive. And then, so this is negative 36 plus 8. And then 8 times 3 is 24. And so 8 plus 24 is 32. So negative 36 plus 32 is equal to, so 36 minus 32 is 4. The bigger number is negative, so this is going to be negative 4. So let's check this just to make sure. And so this is the example. And so this is their way of explaining it. And see, what they did is they automatically did the 8/3 because of the cube root. And then they did the same thing as me, where they separated the 8 over 6 and then the bottom of the fraction. Then they took out that negative, right? And so here, same thing, right? Log of A is negative 6, log of B is negative 3, log of C is negative 9, okay? So that's how you do that last section, the level 3, okay? Again, go ahead and finish up your assignment. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on Remind. Other than that, y'all have a nice day, and I will see you tomorrow.